Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deep connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. Get yourself your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get started with today's story. This is a translation of one of Sheikh Tariq Khawaldeh's videos, which I know many of you enjoy. The original video will be linked down below in the description box, inshallah. The sister of this story says, I was in a financial crisis. I am a mother of orphans, and my only income was from social support. I had many debts and couldn't pay them off. So I would send blessings upon the Prophet ﷺ, seek forgiveness, and say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And one day, by the grace of Allah, I was searching on YouTube about the virtues of Istighfar, seeking forgiveness, and I came across your channel. May Allah bless you. After that, I started watching all the videos and began to understand how to have true yaqeen, certainty in Allah. The Sheikh says, focus on this part. She said, I used to do istighfar and say la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, but now I began to understand how to have yaqeen, how to truly turn to Allah with certainty that He will grant what I ask. I started to feel the closeness of Allah. I used to wake up in the last third of the night and pray Salatul Witr, seek forgiveness, recite La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, and send peace and blessings upon the Prophet ﷺ using the Salatul Ibrahimiyya form. I would reflect on the moments of the Prophet ﷺ with his companions and how strong their yaqeen was in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I thought about the yaqeen of Ibrahim alayhi salam. I used to cry deeply, and I'd remember how the Prophet ﷺ was in the cave with Abu Bakr when he said, what do you think of two people when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the third with them? Oh Allah, how beautiful these words are. I would cry and say, oh Allah, I am alone before you. There is no refuge from you except with you. There is no power nor strength except through you. I stand at your door, my Lord, with yaqeen in my heart that you will answer my dua. I would call upon Allah using His names and attributes. Listen to how beautiful this is. And I would humble myself before Him. I would be mindful to make dua during the last hour of Friday and on Wednesdays between Dhikr and Asr. By Allah, O Sheikh, by the grace of Allah, my relief came in a way I never expected. 2 weeks later, I received a sum of money that normally comes every 3 months, but this time it came much earlier and the amount was much greater than usual. She said, then bills for electricity and water had piled up on me. I made dua to Allah, sending blessings on the Prophet ﷺ, seeking forgiveness and saying, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I made dua and said, O Lord, make it easy for me to receive enough money to pay these bills before the deadline. She said, from where I stood, I saw no sign that things would be resolved. I couldn't see how it could be resolved. But 4 days later, after that Friday, one of my relatives gave me an amount of money greater than what I had hoped for, and it was before the payment deadline. I was stunned, Sheikh, truly astonished by how fast Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable of all things. Still, I kept turning to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, pleading that He would never let me face the humiliation of having to beg anyone. I asked Him to provide for me in a way that I wouldn't need to borrow or depend on anyone else. Then she said, a week ago I had a dream, and you had told me about the dream, saying that I would receive provision from a place I didn't expect. And truly Allah facilitated for me provision from a completely unexpected source. She said, today, by the grace and generosity of Allah, I received an amount of money that I never imagined. I never imagined even half of it. I had no idea I'd receive even half of what came to me. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable of all things. I bear witness that Allah is capable of all things. She then said, that's why I advise anyone, no matter what they're in need of, not to turn to people, but to go directly to Allah, humbling themselves before Him with full certainty. Their needs will be fulfilled and they won't feel shame, unlike when asking people. Because when we ask people, there's humiliation. But when we ask Allah, we are honored. Yes, by Allah, we are honored when we ask Allah. She continued, I always say, O Allah, let my richness be only through you, and let my poverty be only towards you. O my Lord, through you I am rich. Then she shared another part of her message saying, Sheikh, the number of times I made tasbih or sent blessings upon the Prophet ﷺ wasn't that many, but the key was my yaqeen and good expectations of Allah that He will bless me with what I asked for. He wouldn't inspire me to engage in dhikr or move my heart to ask unless He already intended to give. SubhanAllah, that is so true. And the story ends there. A lot of people struggle with not feeling certain about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He will respond to their dua. And that doubt can cause so many other problems. The more you work on trusting and building your faith, the more things will start to make sense and feel easier. May Allah fill our hearts with strong faith and certainty in Him. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. That's a wrap for today's video. Remember, guiding others to goodness earns the same reward as doing good yourself. So don't forget to share the video with those you love. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.